One of the most common questions I get is how much does it cost to grade sports cards? Because if you've never done it, it could be pretty overwhelming. Well, like all things in cards, it really depends. We'll get into all that, and while I hate to give a general answer, you can bank on around 20, 25, 30. But again, it depends. That price is going to go up and down depending on your unique situation. So let's get into it. First off, the most obvious one, each different grading company is going to have different prices. That's business and competition. Some are going to strive to be the cost leader. Some are going to be focused on other areas. But basically, every different grading company has different tiers of grading services and prices depending on the value of the card you're trying to grade. The second factor is declared value. Last, and usually the most talked about factor, is turnaround time. How fast you want that card graded and returned to you is going to greatly impact the cost of your grading experience. So let's take a look at a few grading company examples, some of the more popular ones, and we'll define some terms along the way. Importantly, and a word of advice, I'm going to make this video once, but grading companies change their prices often. So the information I'm presenting here might be out of date next week. Consider all of this for informational purposes as I go through each different price and tier level. At the end of the day, you're going to choose a grading company, and whatever price they're offering at that time is your price. So starting with PSA, you see there's a few different service levels. This isn't all of them. We have value, value plus, regular, express. So the least expensive option with PSA, if you're not part of their collectors club, is $25 per card. And with that, the estimated turnaround time is 65 days. As you can see, the more expensive the grading service level, the faster you're going to get your card back. Let's dive into turnaround time. Turnaround time is the estimated amount of time it's going to take for you to submit your card and get it returned to you after it's been graded. Sometimes turnaround time matters, sometimes it doesn't. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Switching gears to SGC, you can see that they're a little cheaper and much faster. For the standard service, you're paying $15 a card, and the estimated turnaround time is 5 to 10 days. If you want it faster, you can get it in 1 to 2 days for $40. This is for all cards with a declared value of less than $1,500. So again, what is declared value? Going back to the all things depend statement, even the definition of declared value might differ between grading card companies. For that reason, I'm going to go with the PSA definition here. Declared value is the estimated value of the card after it's been graded. So if you're expecting a PSA 10, go to eBay, check comps for the card that you're grading as a PSA 10. If you're expecting a PSA 8, check the market value for PSA 8. Last example, BGS Beckett grading is a little different because it offers subgrades. So the cost of grading with Beckett is going to differ if you choose to have your card graded with subgrades or without. Subgrades are all the other numbers you see on Beckett slabs for centering, corners, surface, and edges. A card with subgrade is typically more desirable on the secondary market. That's why most people opt for it. All this said, cost is just one factor when grading. Some people will pick a grading company based on slab look and feel. That card might be staying in their collection and they just want it to look nice on their shelves. The other factor is resale value. A lot of people grade cards because they want to sell them. So the resale value of the grading company they're going with is hugely important. And then last, again, turnaround time. Who can return their card graded the fastest? Again, sometimes this matters, sometimes it doesn't. For a Hall of Famer who hasn't played in 50 years, time probably doesn't matter that much. All in all, grading can be overwhelming and daunting, but once you do one, it gets pretty easy. Costs are advertised on all the different sites and services that you might want to go with. Also consider things like insurance, shipping, those play into the cost. Hopefully all this together gives you the confidence to grade your first card. Feel free to visit ballcardgenius.com for more info.